always must have.
Introducing first.
Originally, Cody, this woman scheduled for a tables, ladders, and chairs match against the matriarch of Mayhem, Sawyer Wreck. Sawyer unable to join us because of illness, but no Ham and Egger as a replacement. Nope. No Scrub-a-Dub.
Hailing from the Ghouls realm, he is the Grand Ghoul, Sonico!
Now, forgive me, Cody.
Turning things up to 11.
Biting barbed wire, lacerating his own tongue.
Well, if there's anyone who can match that freak, it's this combatant right here.
From TLC to Ghouls Realm. One half of a whole, two halves of another. In only her 5th death match in her brief year-and-a-half career, Tara Zepp jumping right into the deep end.
She just escaped from the county jail. She is the vile villain, Tara Zepp.
You read the t-shirt, Cody Von Whistler?
Ghoul Slayer. We'll see if she can live up to that moniker. Something much easier said than done.
Those are big words from Tara Zepp. She has not made the name that she has for herself over the course of the last year and a half by playing nice, by being shy about her abilities or her aspirations. She is taken to the world of deathmatch wrestling like a fish to water. But tonight, the Grand Ghoul looking to make her drown in her own blood.
You might enjoy that.
You see the smile across her face. And the lights are on in those eyes, Cody Von Whistler, but there is nobody home.
Well, I think somebody's home. A serial killer.
Coming to us from Vancouver, Canada. Took an 8-hour bus ride for Tara Zepp to be here today. Told me earlier on she would take that bus ride time and time again for opportunities like these. Referee Bradley signals for the bell, and we have entered the Ghouls realm.
Grand Ghoul himself, Sonico, Tara Zepp.
Takes a special type of cat to enter the Ghouls realm with a smile on her face, but why shouldn't she be smiling? She has a gusset plate in hand, only for the Grand Ghoul to grab it.
Oh, counters it to Zepp.
Trying to dig it into her forehead, perhaps, but it's Tara Zepp biting the fingers of Sonico.
Forcing him to drop it. Smart tactic by Zepp.
Listen, smile or otherwise, she knows how devastating it would be for that gusset plate to be dug into her head, especially in the opening moments of this contest.
Head scissor sent Sonico to the corner as Tara now has she's got a chair. Looking to swing for the fences. Sonico rolls out of the way, sweeps the leg, does the Grand Ghoul.
And despite that darker attitude, despite embracing the more evil side of his personality, cover here from Sonico. And a kick out. Has not lost any bit of that lucha acumen that makes him so dangerous in any contest.
Sonico, they're going to take things home quick here, and I don't blame him. Who would want to be involved in a a Ghoul's Realm matchup for a long period of time. They're probably this great.
You know, I talk a lot about card being reshuffled, the deck being restacked here. Tara Zap now getting a steel chair dug into her throat. The Grand Ghoul not looking to win this match, looking to kill his opponent here tonight. I talk a lot about the deck being reshuffled. Tara Zap originally scheduled for TLC Warfare with Sawyer Wreck. Grand Ghoul originally scheduled for a Ghoul's Realm match against Jimmy Lloyd. Those are very, very different opponents. If you're the Grand Ghoul, if you're Tara Zap, who just gave a thumbs up to the camera after this beating from the Grand Ghoul, how do you re-strategize, especially on such short notice?
Well, Sonico's strategy is definitely just starting things off at 11. Absolutely just tossing Zepp around, head first into the corner, and then stepping on her throat. He could have stayed there all night. There's no rules.
The Grand Ghoul's strategy seems to be cutting off the airflow for Tara Zap, trying to quite literally kill her, and once again, put the death in Pacific Northwest. Tara back up to her feet. Sonico with a steel chair in hand. Cracking it across the back.
The spine. Feeling the full effects, and something tells me the Lucha Ghoul's not done.
No!
A sickening thud echoing throughout the Cleaver Armory.
As if I thought one steel chair shot to the back, the first steel chair shot to the back, wasn't devastating enough. The Grand Ghoul doing what he does best and upping the ante here. Now heading to the outside.
Sonico going.
Evil intentions from the Grand Ghoul. But again, as we've seen time and time again, it's a risky game. You go to the outside, you look for more weaponry, more plunder. You give your opponent, in this case, Tara Zap, time to recuperate.
It's true. Sonico, I think, realizing that as he wasn't able to find a weapon quick enough, pulling Zep to the floor and just tossing her into the fourth row.
Yeah, those chairs very, very comfortable to sit in if you are a patron, if you are a member of the Pacific Northwest Faithful. Not so comfortable to be sent careening into back first, courtesy of the Grand Ghoul.
Sonico now
offering Tara Zep a hand, perhaps mockingly so. Zep doesn't know what to make of this.
I think she does. Tells Sonico she thinks he's number one.
No, well, Sonico twisting the finger.
Kicking the chest of Zep. Double whammy there, if you will.
Credit where credit is due, Cody. Zep is not going down. She is clearly in a great deal of pain. Like, she's not staying on the linoleum. She's not staying on the concrete floor.
Oh, it looks like Sonico, though.
A smile on her face, case in point.
Hopefully she'll be smiling even more, because Sonico introducing a table into this matchup, and not a makeshift table. That's the real deal, baby.
No doubt originally scheduled for that TLC match. Tara was originally slated for against the matriarch of Mayhem, Solar Rex. Still getting a taste of that wood.
Sonico pulls his opponent up to her feet, tossing her back in the ring, realizing he wants to do more damage in there with that table.
We haven't even touched those fences covered in barbed wire and light tubes and steel chairs, a trademark of the Ghoul's Realm. Those haven't even been touched by Tara Zap or the Grand Ghoul.
Sonico going.
Back to the outside. More? No, he's not going for the fences. He's not going for the fences, Cody. That is a ladder.
Hey, like you mentioned, this matchup was originally going to be a TLC with Sawyer Wreck and Tara Zep, but Sonico said, hey, the ladders are here, why not use them?
Tara Zep getting TLC after all, but certainly no tender love and care, courtesy of the Grand Ghoul. Now using that ladder against him. Baseball slide. And a Lope Suicida onto the concrete floor. Cody, that is hard concrete. As I like to say, this is not TV wrestling. No fluffy, comfortable padding on the outside for the Grand Ghoul.
Nope, nothing but concrete as Sonico now tossed back in the ring.
He might be a creature. He might be this darker extension of the Sonico that we know, but that is still a human body. It's got to be a human body that's hurting after this. From the top, cross body from Tara Zep. The Grand Ghoul reverses the momentum.
Rolls through with it, slams his opponent down to the mat, and just like that, the Grand Ghoul kicks his way back into control of this matchup.
Some of the most devastating kicks in the business today, courtesy of the Grand Ghoul. Now Lucha Ghoul is gone. Tara Zep, frankly, would be lucky if she was in the ring with the Lucha Ghoul right about now.
No, it's the Grand Ghoul. The final form of Sonico, as he's now setting that ladder up in the corner.
I don't think he's going to climb that ladder here, Cody Von Whistler. Perhaps we're going to send Tara Zep careening into it. Has her up, and she reverses the momentum this time. Hurricane Rana
Sonico's in a bad place.
sends her entire body weight careening into the Grand Ghoul. But Sonico, he's still writhing. Drops the leg.
Double leg drop, Sabu style.
What a kick out. Tara Zep taking so much inspiration from the legends of the past, the ECW greats, the Japanese greats. Someone who checks both of those boxes, none other than Mrs. Foley's baby boy himself, Mick Foley, who interfered on behalf of Tara Zep in her deathmatch debut and gave her the seal of approval. Doesn't get much better than that.
That's true. In the corner goes Zep. Sonico follows through. Zep moving quicker than the Grand Ghoul can, which is not something I've said many times in my career.
To the back from Tara Zep, turnabout fair play. And she ain't stopping, she knows. It's gonna take more than one to keep the Grand Ghoul down, but he ain't going.
Sonico almost just taking those kicks.
If anything, Cody, as strange as it sounds, they seem to be firing him up even more.
That's what I'm saying, Jordan. He's just taking those kicks and turning them into pure hatred.
Catching the boot of Tara Zep, but Tara Zep ducks under, grabs the steel chair, and cracks Sonico upside the skull.
Zep now. Sonic gives him the chair, just to knee it directly into his face. That's it.
Cover. And a kick out from the Grand Ghoul. Not enough.
As if a running knee to the face isn't painful enough. Add a solid steel chair into the equation, and you got yourself some madness.
There's something almost animalistic about Tara Zep. When that bell rings, she's not a person anymore. She is a creature, and a creature hell-bent on causing pain.
Speaking of causing pain, Sonico's face tells the story.
Living up to that Ghoul Slayer t-shirt. Once again cracking the steel chair across the back of the Grand Ghoul. And it's sound strategy, very strategic move here from Tara Zep. He might not be the Lucha Ghoul anymore, but he still has that Lucha acumen. It's still a big part of his playbook. And Cody, we know how difficult those high-risk Lucha moves are to complete if the back is damaged.
It's true. A lot of things if the back is damaged.
With the AMF, a game ender, the game ender for the Grand Ghoul. It would be very difficult to muscle Tara Zep up. Sonico's back is as damaged as Tara Zep hopes for it to be.
Sonico definitely has a lot of tricks up his sleeve. And that's one of them. Double boot to the chest as Sonico now gets the knee up directly to the side of the head. And what's he thinking?
One of the hardest parts of the body, but this might hit even harder.
Ooh, I thought he was going for the Dragon Suplex, but went for that signature kick in the turnbuckle into his opponent. Now thinking a little bit of a punt kick, and is it a goal?
No, so close, but so far. Tara Zep gets the shoulder up.
Got a few points on the board, but did not win the game. Sonico taking a few deep breaths there, realizing he's going to have to bring even more than that.
Credit where credit is due, Cody.
He's got more than that right there.
Retaining the composure is the Grand Ghoul. Oftentimes, hell, I'd say as the Lucha Ghoul, as the usual Sonico we're used to, we would see him get a little frustrated. We would see him maybe argue with referee Brad Lee or make a gawking face towards the Pacific North Death Faithful. That is not the case here tonight. The Grand Ghoul staying on business and staying on top of Tara Zep with a gusset plate in hand.
Oh, and I think business is about to pick up.
Talk about vile. Directly over those words. The Grand Ghoul doing something that is just that. Blood pouring down the face of Tara Zep.
And Sonico now hitting it into his own chest. The Grand Ghoul is exactly that.
You know, I was about to ask what kind of... Oh my God! Light tube across the skull of Sonico! And a bundle across the chest!
And Zeppinator!
He was able to absorb the gusset plate courtesy of himself. was not able to absorb the bundle of light tubes, courtesy of Tara Zepp.
Zepp now into the corner, tornado DDT!
Oh, IU DDT, and she ain't done. Canadian Destroyer from a Vancouver native, will it be enough? No!
About as close as you can get, but unfortunately close don't cut it. As this Ghouls Realm matchup continues.
Tara Zepp wiping the blood from her eyes. You know, it's one thing to have the initial impact of the pain of a gusset plate or a light tube, but that blood is a difference maker in a big way, Cody Von Whistler. As we see, it can obstruct the vision, it can cause a shortage of breath, it can cause a loss of oxygen in the brain, make it more easy for you to pass out. Hold on.
Moving to Sonico.
Sonico catching her in midair and dropping her face full of glass for Tara Zepp.
Enter the Dragon.
Cover! And a kick out. Tara Zepp somehow, someway survives.
Sonico was able to fully lock in the full Nelson there for that Dragon Suplex.
And that's an advantage Grand Ghoul has, right? Wearing that mask. He can be lacerated on the body. He can be lacerated on the arms or the legs or the chest, but not that head. And that is where so much of that crucial blood flow happens.
That blood gets in your eyes, and it gets into your head there where you think you can't see, you can't fight.
I saw the blood red eyes of Grand Ghoul. Maybe we're gonna muscle Tara Zepp up for the AMF, had other ideas.
Sonico getting some wood. Tables are how Sonico pays for his house. That's how he keeps his house hot.
Tara Zepp, once again, Cody Von Whistler, cannot be knowing how to hear any more about tables if she has any hope of surviving this match. Tara's smiling. After all this blood pouring out of her face, taking an absolute whooping from Sonico, and she is smiling.
Not only is she smiling, she is back on her feet.
Talking about the Grand Ghoul being a monster. Tara Zepp a monster in her own right. Regaining a vertical base, and an elbow to Sonico with the assistance of the ladder. But the Grand Ghoul takes her down as soon as she got back up. I'm not sure what blood is Tara Zepp's. I'm not sure what blood is Sonico's.
Probably a nice little mix of both, as now the Lucha Ghoul might be thinking AMF.
Yes.
Maybe Brainbuster?
But Tara Zepp, you see sandbagging here, dropping all that weight, doing everything she can to stay out of the clutches of the Grand Ghoul. Suplex on the ladder!
This could be it.
Hooks the leg, but the Grand Ghoul kicks.
Most impressive with that maneuver.
And Cody, that ladder did not bend, it did not break. That is how you know that is a solid piece of metal. No give on the ladder, and even less on the back of Sonico.
His body just bouncing off of that ladder is now Zepp placing the Lucha Ghoul, sorry, the Grand Ghoul rather, on that table.
We're getting the tables, ladders, and chairs match after all. Sonico screwed on the table. Tara Zepp
No way.
setting up the ladder. She's looking to climb.
Sonico's still moving. Sonico's still moving.
Oh, Tara Zepp a little unsteady on that ladder, and the Grand Ghoul taking the advantage. Tara Zepp just clubbing away at the already injured shoulder of Sonico. You see that brace.
Sonico trying to crawl up there to stop her, but not ending up in a good position here is Zepp. What's she thinking?
You think a Canadian Destroyer?
No way!
Power bomb! And once again, like the ladder before it, no give. Nothing to cushion the blow on the way down. Just a neck full of wood.
Bounced off of the table.
Bending the table. You see the metal beams of that table that keep it upright. Bending, courtesy of the impact of Sonico's neck. The wood didn't break, but Sonico's neck may have.
And much like that table, Sonico will bend, but he has not broken just yet. As Sonico's still, like I said, still fighting in this, still proving he's very much in this matchup.
Tara Zepp with a bundle of tubes over the skull of the Grand Ghoul. Cody, he may not bleed, but I know he's feeling that.
Damn. soon as I was saying Sonico was still in this one, Zep.
Sonico, it only took a light push, sending Tara to the other side of the ring, looking for even a second of recourse here, a second of escape from this violence and punishment.
Damage has definitely been done to both of these combatants in this Ghouls Realm matchup thus far.
They are staggering, they are stumbling, but again, perhaps only on instinct, they continue to fight. Tara Zep saying, bring it on!
Lucha Ghoul using Tara Zep to try and pull himself to his feet. Oh no!
The mist!
We should have seen it coming! Another dose of the mist, and Sonico!
The Grand Ghoul double tapping! And now, that table is still set up! That table is still far from broken from the top rope!
Adios, motherfucker!
Avalanche, motherfucker! And Sonico into the cover! Thank God it's over!
Your winner of this match, Sonico!
Finding out about this change with less than 24 hours notice, the Grand Ghoul and Tara Zep brought their A-game and then some. This was not a best of a bad situation. This was not turning lemons into lemonade. This was death match excellence. The Grand Ghoul once again victorious in the Ghouls realm, but even in defeat, Cody Von Whistler, Tara Zep proving she belongs.
Has witnessed an absolute massacre on behalf of both of these combatants. Absolutely bringing the violence, bringing the carnage.
Tara Zep, look at both of these athletes, look like a Christmas tree, combination of green and red.
Jimmy fucking Lord! Tonight was originally me and you. But don't worry, Jimmy. Because the door to the Ghouls realm stays open for you. And the Grand Ghoul will be waiting.
Scheduled matchup tonight would have been Sonico versus Jimmy Lloyd. And the Grand Ghoul says he is ready, willing, and waiting to make that match happen anytime.
Well, we know Jimmy Lloyd scheduled for main event competition in an alpha death match against the Iron Demon Shane Mercer. If he can survive Mercer, Cody, one has to think, one has to know that the Grand Ghoul,
Sorry, I thought that was on.
he's coming for what's rightfully his.
Damn
I
right.
believe